African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 10th of November, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Kharkov direction inflicted defeat on formations of the 22nd Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and foreign mercenaries in the areas of the settlements of Bochkovo, Maly Prokody, Borshevaya, and Kazakia Lopan in the Kharkov region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 50 servicemen, 2 vehicles, and 3 122mm D-30 howitzers. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their tactical position, inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 14th, 60th, 63rd, 116th Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 241st Territorial Defense Brigade, the 1st Brigade of the National Guard, and the Foreign Legion in the areas of the settlements of Kupiansk, Zagrozovo, Bogoslavka, Glashkovka, Podoli, Petropavlovka in the Kharkiv region, and Terny in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 490 servicemen, 2 combat armored vehicles, 3 pickups, a 155mm howitzer M198 and a 105mm gun M119 made in the USA, a 122mm howitzer D-30 and an electronic warfare station Enclave N. 3 field ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defense, defeated the formations of the 24th, 33rd, 54th Mechanized, 46th Airmobile Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 35th Marine Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Nikolaivka, Konstantinovka, Zalizniansk, Novomarkovo, Kharkovo, Dalny, and Seversk of the Donetsk People's Republic. They repelled a counterattack by the assault group of the 77th Airmobile Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The enemy's losses amounted to 640 troops, a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, a Kozak armored fighting vehicle, 4 cars, a 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery unit, a 122mm D-30 howitzer, 3 U.S.-made 105mm M119 guns, and 3 ammunition depots. Units of the Center Group of Forces liberated the settlement of Volchenko, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 53rd, 100th Mechanized, 152nd Jaeger Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 38th Marine Brigade, the 14th and 15th National Guard Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Marylyabovka, Novotroitsk, Novoseladovka, Krasnoarmysk, Dzerzhinsk, Sherbanovka, Shevchenko, and Dimitrov of the Donetsk People's Republic. 10 counterattacks by the 151st Mechanized, 68th Jaeger Brigades, 49th and 425th Assault Battalions of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 35th Marine Brigade, and the Light Assault Brigade of the National Police of Ukraine were repelled. The enemy lost up to 460 servicemen, a tank, a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 3 vehicles, a UR-67 mine-clearing vehicle, a 152mm D-20 gun, a 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery unit, 3 122mm D-30 howitzers, and a 100mm Rapra anti-tank gun. A workshop producing UAVs was destroyed. Units of the East Group of Forces improved the position along the forward edge, defeated the formations of the 58th Motorized Infantry, 33rd Mechanized, 128th Mountain Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Razdolnoy, Zelenoy Pol of the Donetsk People's Republic and Temirovka of the Zaporizhia region. For counterattacks by assault groups of the 23rd Mechanized Brigade, the 169th Training Center of the Ground Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 113th Territorial Defense Brigade were repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 105 servicemen, a Kozak combat armored vehicle, 5 cars, a US-made Mars multiple launch rocket system launcher, and two Polish-made 155mm Crab self-propelled artillery units. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the 31st, 110th Mechanized, 141st Infantry Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 124th and 126th Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Pyatakatki, Antonovka, Aldavka, Dniprovskoye in the Kherson region, and Novoandrievka in the Zaporizhia region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 50 servicemen, 2 vehicles, a 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Bogdana, a 155mm howitzer M777, and a 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Paladin made in the USA. An ammunition depot was destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation damaged the infrastructure of military airfields, places of storage, preparation for use and launch of strike unmanned aerial vehicles, energy facilities used for the operation of enterprises of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine, as well as concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 127 districts. Air defense systems shot down 3 French-made Hammer-guided aerial bombs, a US-made Mars multiple launch rocket system projectile, and 36 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 648 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 35,512 unmanned aerial vehicles, 585 anti-aircraft missile systems, 19,159 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,487 multiple launch rocket systems, 17,568 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 28,135 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.